It's a very common misconception that more roads leads to less traffic, as that logically makes sense. This cannot be further from the truth. Building more roads directly causes more traffic. More traffic directly causes more greenhouse gases, which is a direct contributor to climate change in multiple ways. This is not even to bring up the damage that highways cause, the land they consume, the communities they destroy. It's not an uncommon sight here in Florida and in the USA as a greater to see a beautiful landscape split in half by a highway. As someone who's lived in Toronto, a city with expansive public transit, and Florida, an environment near inhabitable without a car, the contrasting lifestyles have given me quite the perspective on the presence of these issues in the world around us. I can say with confidence that the automobile is the most common mode of transport in the United States and many other nations. This is not new news or a shock. We live in a car dependent society. Road expansion must be stopped and replaced with alternative modes of transport for a sustainable future. In this presentation, I will cover how we got here, why road expansion is such a common yet problematic solution to congestion, and alternative forms of transport and why they are superior in their sustainability and efficiency. Let's begin with the story of how the US and other countries became car-based societies and international examples of direct results. Within the US, highways became mainstream after the advent of the Interstate Highway Act of 1956. This was due to many people coming back from the war and an expanding middle class defined by the nuclear family, owning a family automobile that they could use. The American dream and freedom as a whole became defined by this car and the ability to take it anywhere. Mirroring these American trades, the Chinese also began granting cars to their middle class, making them more accessible price-wise. This led to an environmental phenomenon known as the Asian brown cloud, first discovered during the Indian Ocean experiment. Britannica states that this is one of the main causes of air pollution over Los Angeles, proving that air pollution is an international issue, irregardless of its origin. The winds move and carry particulates along with them. Air pollution is responsible for thousands, if not millions, of deaths per year and is a major global issue. Highway widening and road expansion are harmful and don't improve anything, especially not congestion, in the long term. Short term, it may seem like this solves the issue, as congestion will decrease, but induced demand exists. This is to say that expanding highways will increase the amount of cars on them. This is such a common phenomenon that economists have coined the fundamental law of road congestion and commonly use this to show induced demand. More space causes more cars. The best example of this in the United States would be the Katy Freeway in Houston, which has 23 lanes. This highway has 23 lanes and is still one of the most heavily congested roads in America. Highway officials believed that expanding the road would decrease congestion and even touted this as a result. Yet, over time, the congestion only decreased. From 2009 to 2014, there was a 55% increase in the PM peak congestion. A drive, according to Google Maps, only taking 30 minutes can take up to an hour and 50 minutes a night. This is not an unsolvable issue, though. The solution to traffic congestion is simple. It's fewer cars. This can be found in many ways, including transit along a high-speed rail line, or even using the pre-existing infrastructure we have in the highways that already exist with buses and metros. Metro Next is a company in Houston trying to solve the Katy Freeway issue by creating a sustainable metro system. This would decrease congestion, allowing for more people to be in one vehicle. It's simply illogical that thousands of cars on the freeway are filled with one person taking up space. This causes more traffic and can be resolved with a simple solution that we already have: a bus. High-speed rail and freight are logical solutions to this issue and do not need government support, although it is very valuable. Here in Florida, the new Brightline high-speed railway, which has branched across many locations in South Florida, is building a new station in Orlando. Next up is Tampa. The Tampa to Orlando high-speed rail, coming sometime in the mid-2020s, will resolve a lot of congestion along I-4. It has already had this effect on the turnpike, as one can make it from Orlando to Miami in 3 hours on a train. This is a simple and affordable solution that decreases traffic and also increases safety, as there are less people on the road and it also provides a viable solution for people who are not able to drive at the time. It should be clear by now that the solution to traffic is simply to reduce traffic, and the way to reduce traffic is simply to reduce the amount of cars on the road. This can easily be accomplished by providing alternative forms of transport or using mass transport such as buses along pre-existing roads. Highway expansion is very harmful, and congestion must be resolved. Highways are one of the leading causes of greenhouse gases and steal millions of hours from commuters every year. It is the antithesis of sustainable transit expansion to expand a highway. Not only is it costly in the materials, billions of dollars are spent by highway officials every year to expand the highways that cut through communities, stealing homes, as well as stealing the time of the people caught in traffic along them. This is a very real issue in our current society that can be resolved. The best way to resolve this issue would be to bring awareness to it. Policymakers are already cognizant of the fact that highway expansion is harmful and increases congestion, but that is not the current public opinion. As previously stated, it's a common misconception that more road would mean less traffic. Deconstructing this thought in the head of the common person in our society is the best solution to the issue. Policy can be changed back and forth, and that is not the main relevant point of this. It is stopping it. While policy can be changed, millions of miles of asphalt isn't so easily changed. These highways aren't going anywhere, and building more of them certainly isn't the solution.